Hello, in this video we're going to learn how to convert a decimal to a fraction and simplify the fraction. So one thing to remember about decimal places is the name. For example, here I wrote down a number. It's 0.718239. Now the 7 is in the tenths place, the 1 is in the hundredths place, the 8 is in the thousandths place, the 2 is in the 10,000ths, the 3 is in the 100,000ths, and the 9 is in the millions. So we're going to go with the first example here. Now in the first example, we're going to go ahead and use an arbitrary decimal number. I think I'm just going to pick 0.24. Now the first thing we got to do to convert this into a fraction is notice the number of places there are after the decimal. In this case, there's 2 number places after the decimal. If we look up here at our little chart, we notice that the second number after the decimal, the second place, is the hundredths. So mathematically speaking, this number, the way you say it, is 24 hundredths. So you can write hundredths as a fraction. 24 hundredths, meaning 100. That's the second decimal place. And then if you notice here, we can go ahead and reduce this number. They look like they can both be divisible by 2. So let's just go ahead and divide both numbers by 2. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 100 divided by 2 is 50. Can we further divide the numbers? It looks like we can. 12 can also again be divided by 2. And 50 can be divided by 2. 12 divided by 2 gives us 6. 50 divided by 2 will give us 25. Now, can we further simplify 6 over 25? Looks like we cannot. So we're going to go ahead and stop there. And our fraction simplified to the simplest form is 6 over 25. Now in this next example, I'm going to use a much smaller decimal number. In this case, we're going to use 0.8. Now again, mathematically speaking, you call this number 8 tenths. Tenths. We have one number place after the decimal. Here we have one number place after the decimal, and we look at our chart here, it's the tenths value, the 10th place value. So the way we're going to write this is 8 over tenths. 10. Can we simplify 8 over 10? Sure we can. 2 goes into, both numbers can be divisible by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now if you're having trouble, our fraction to the simplest form is 4 over 5. Now if you're having trouble remembering the place value names, what you can do is go ahead and I'll show you here a little trick here. In our third example, let us use 0.14. Now if you forget on the test about the place value names and everything like that, you can just go ahead and draw a line right under the decimal number here. Where the decimal is, put a line straight down. We're going to count that as a 1. And you see there are 2 place values after the decimal, so that's how many zeros we're going to add. 1, 2. 1 for each number after the decimal. So this, I'm going to rewrite it, and this is going to be 14 over 100. Now, can 14 over 100 be simplified? Yes, it can. 2 can go into 14 and 2 can go into 100. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to use a different color so I won't confuse anybody. Can be divided by 2. 100 can be divided by 2. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. 100 divided by 2 is 50. Can that be further reduced? No, it can't. So our fraction in the simplest form is 7 over 50. So again, notice that if you forget the place values, don't hesitate, don't freak out. Just where the decimal is, put a line straight down, and that's going to be counted as a 1. And then after the decimal, however many place values there are, that's how many zeros you're going to put. You have a 1, you put a 0 for the 1. You have a 4, you put a 0 for the 4. Rewrite it so you won't get confused. 14 over 100, and they can both be divided by 2, and then simplify. Okay, thank you. See you next time.